Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. I have a huge bag of books that I need to unhaul, so I thought today would be a wonderful time to visit some little free libraries in my area to drop off a bunch of these books to fill those libraries up and maybe find a couple of books that I can haul in return. I have stopped by several little free libraries in my area recently and have not found anything of interest to me, and a lot of them even seem to be a little bit sad in terms of quantity of books. So I thought that even if I don't find anything on this little free library tour, I can go ahead and stock up some of the ones in my area and give them some love by adding in a bunch of books to their libraries. I'm not quite sure what is in this bag because I have not looked at it in a long time. I think it's a mix of thrillers, romances, and also some young adult fantasy stuff in there, but we're just gonna go around Nashville this morning and hit 8 or 9, I think, close to me, little free libraries, and hopefully give them some love, add some books, and maybe find 1 or 2 to add to my collection in the process. Not quite sure how this vlog is going to work outside of my house, but we're gonna make it work as best we can, and I'll keep y'all posted on when I drop off where and what I might end up grabbing myself. All right, y'all, I'm in my car. Ignore, I guess you can't see a lot of the stuff in the back, but I've been moving, so the trunk is a mess. But I'm in my car. I have the little free library app on my phone, and from what I could tell last night, a lot of the little free libraries in my area are all in like the same neighborhood, so I think I'm gonna hit those first and then work my way south of here to hit 3 or 4 more. From what I can tell, there are 5 in the first neighborhood, 2 in another neighborhood like a little bit south of here, and then 1 more farthest south, which is still only like 15 minutes away from me. So I'm probably gonna hit these 8 at least, and then we'll see what time it is and what I've accomplished, and if I decide to visit some more a little bit farther away from where I'm at. But first stop is this neighborhood just across the street from me pretty much, and we'll go see what we can find / drop off. I've arrived at the first library already, 4 minutes of driving, but we're here. And this one actually seems to have some really good stuff in it, so I'm going to go take a peek and then I'll pick out a couple books to drop off in the library myself. I think I'm going to put in Unholy Terrors and The Women into this little free library. I picked up 2 books at the first little free library. First, I got The Christmas Orphans Club. I don't think this one's a romance. I thought it might have been originally, but I did a holiday reading vlog last year for Bookmas, and I thought this might be a good one to read for this year's Bookmas plans, potentially. So I grabbed it. I love a good holiday story. Then I also got the Selection novellas. I have read both of these already, but I have the trilogy in my house, so I thought this would be a fun little novella collection to add to that series. That way I officially have all the books in this one. We are already at the second little free library. I don't think I'll find anything at this one, but I do want to snap a little clip of the little free library and add some books into it. This little free library is already pretty full, but I think I'm going to add a graphic novel and a thriller into that library. I'm definitely going to be adding several books into this one because it looks pretty empty. So let's go grab some. I think I'm going to add House of Glass, The Wishing Game, Pucks and Books, The Fury, and With My Little Eye into this library and give it some love. I have not found anything at the last two that I've stopped at, but I've been to 3 so far. I've found 2 books and there's 2 more little free libraries left in this very big neighborhood near where I live. So we're gonna stop at those 2, see what happens, and then if I don't find anything, we're gonna go ahead and keep traveling around for a while to see what else I can find and to see what books I can drop off at other places around town. So we're gonna go to the next one. The nice thing is that all of these have been like 2 or 3 minutes apart, so it has not been a drive so far at all, and we'll see what we find. Also, I feel super awkward filming in public, so we're making it, it's fine. It's just, it feels weird. That little free library is mostly children's books, so I think I'm just going to put The Reappearance of Rachel Price and The Garden in that one. So nothing super crazy. So I did not end up stopping at the final library in that first neighborhood because it seemed to be geared more toward children. I don't have any children books with me, so I drove 10 minutes to the next neighborhood where the next one is. It's really cute. There's a little bench next to it with a little jar for puppy treats, which I think is so cute, and we're gonna take a peek. But if not, it's been great just dropping off books at these libraries and adding some quantity to what they have right now, so that's been great. But I'm hoping I can find 1 or 2 more books to take home with me. We will see. But if not, it has of course been fun exploring all these little libraries that I did not know were in my area. This one has Magnolia Parks in it, which is crazy. A very used copy, but I kind of love that actually. Because that one had Magnolia Parks in it, I feel more comfortable dropping off some romance. So I'm gonna give this one The Last Word, The Scandalous Ladies of London, Matchmaking a Player, and Blame It on the Champagne. Good little stack to add to that library. Quick update because I'm stopped at my second or third to last little free library for the day, I think. But the last clip that you saw of the yellow little free library, I drove by it, didn't stop because it also seemed to be geared toward children's books, and I did not want to disturb the peace by adding my romance books into the library. But I have one that I'm at right now that looks like it has some good stuff in it, so I'm excited to check it out. And then I think I'm going to stop at 2 more before I call it done for the day. But I feel very accomplished. I was able to give about 10 books so far to little free libraries and downsize my unhaul stack, which is great. But I feel very hopeful about this one that I'm about to look at, and I can't wait to take a peek at what's inside. I'm gonna drop off Like Mother Like Daughter, Dirty Diana, and My Darling Bride to this library. So I ended up grabbing 2 books from that library I was just at. First, I grabbed The Book Thief. I have already read this one, but I remember sobbing while reading it in high school, and I might want to relive that pain someday. I'm not a huge fan of the movie cover. I like the original one better, but it was library. It was free, so I grabbed it. And I also grabbed The Maid's Secret. Have I read any of the other books in this series? Of course not, but I might read them someday because I have this one. I don't know if there's an order to them or if they're just mystery set in the same world, so I need to do more research on that. But this was like a brand new copy and it's very pretty. And I love a good mystery. I've heard good things about this series and I will check it out someday, hopefully because of this. I think I've got 2 more libraries to stop at and then I'll be done for the morning, but I feel very successful so far. I've grabbed 5 books. I'll do a full haul at the end. I don't think I talked about one of the books that I grabbed at one of the libraries, so stick around to see what I ended up officially grabbing. But I think we have 2 more to stop at before we are done. I think I'm just gonna full send it and put Breaking Perfect in that library, as well as Twisted Secrets, Boy Parts, and First Lie Wins. I've got 3 books left, so I'm gonna put them all in there. First is Homicide Special, then American Predator, and then finally my spicy book, Playing to Win. We are back from our little free library unhaul slash haul, and I want to run through the books that I ended up grabbing very quickly. I also realized on my way home from doing all this that one of my goals for 2025 was to do quarterly unhauls, and I was going to film an actual unhaul video for Q2 because I did one in March for the first part of the year, but I did not. So we're counting this as my Q2 unhaul because I did unhaul more books than I hauled, which is great. I want to say that I unhauled about 15 to 20 total this morning, which I feel great about. Most of those books I had read, liked but didn't love, and I did not feel the need to keep them on my shelves. I am going to run through the 6 books that I hauled really quickly. I think that balance is great. I unhauled more than I hauled, but I also found some fun picks that I'm excited to add to my collection. First up, I grabbed the selection short stories. I have already read these 2, The Prince and the Guard, but it will be nice to add this to my selection trilogy that I have on this far left shelf behind me, or I guess the shelf on my right from this angle, but excited to have this on my shelf. I've already read them. Sometimes I feel the need to read the trilogy again. I haven't actually picked it up in several years, but I do love the selection series, so I'm excited to have this novella set on my shelf as well. Also at that little free library, I grabbed The Christmas Orphans Club. This is a contemporary fiction. I am not sure if this is a romance. I also can't tell just by skimming the back if it's a romance or not, but it's definitely a Christmas book and it looks really cute. I plan to do another holiday reading vlog this December for Bookmas, so I think this will be a great addition to add to that video. Never heard of it before, but the cover definitely caught my eye. I also grabbed Halloween Party by Agatha Christie. This is one of her Poirot mysteries. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the detective's name right, but I've read a couple of books by this author and have really enjoyed all of them, so I'm excited to also add this to my collection. I don't think I own any of her books anymore, but maybe I'll start back up collecting her again because I do think they are very fun. Next, I grabbed The Book Thief. I have already read this book. This is a historical fiction, young adult, that follows the perspective of death and just everything that's happening during World War II, specifically in Germany, I believe. I read this book back in high school and sobbed while reading it. I might read it again someday, I'm not sure. It is very much a throwback to high school and just the emotions that were running through me while reading this one, so I'm also happy to have this one back on my shelf. I also found an almost brand new copy of The Maid's Secret by Nita Prose. This is a part of the Maid series, which is a very popular cozy mystery series that came out a couple years ago. I want to say in 2020 is when the first book came out. I believe that this is following a different character from the first book. I think this is the 3rd one in the series. I may be wrong about that. I need to do more research, but just based on the synopsis, it seems like we're being introduced to a new character. I have not read anything in this series. If this one is a standalone, I might go ahead and try to pick it up before reading books 1 and 2. If they're all connected though, I'll probably find a way to get books 1 and 2 to start them because I have heard very good things and they have been on my radar for a long time. The final book that I grabbed was All the Colors of the Dark. I used to see this book around a lot. It is very popular. It has a great rating on Goodreads, which is partially why I grabbed it. It's not typically something that I think I would be drawn toward, largely because of the size of the book. But this is supposed to be a very historical, romantic, thrilling piece that is very impactful and people seem to really love it. The inside flap on this one says that it is a story that spans decades. I do love multiple timelines and exploring different lives, and I think that this one could be a great one. I'm hesitant about the size of it, but just based off the reviews that I've seen on it, I think I might enjoy it whenever I do end up getting to it. So I did have a nice little haul from my little free library tour, a couple of which I've already read, which is great because I'm not adding a ton of unread books to my shelves. This is my first time doing a video of this style, where I go around looking for little free libraries. I have been to a couple in my area, not the ones I went to today though. Those ones are all brand new to me, so it was very fun to kind of see what was around and kind of know where I can go to drop off books in the future. I honestly cannot think of a better way to have spent my morning, and I'm so glad that I was able to do this. If you have any free little libraries in your area that you enjoy visiting, make sure to comment below and let me know. I would love to have my own little free library outside of my house someday. Not a reality for me yet, but hopefully at some point in the future. But for now, they're all very, very fun to explore and add some love into by donating some books to the ones that I found this morning. But that is all that I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.